it happens a lot where a woman will get involved with a guy, right? And then maybe he says, "Oh, I'm not looking for anything serious right now." Now, let's say she wants something serious, but she'll opt to change his mind as opposed to letting the situation go. Why?
Yeah.
Why does this happen? Why does this happen? Because as a guy, it's kind of like, well, because then what happens is later on, you know, they'll continue sleeping together for like a few months. His mind hasn't changed, and she's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
So
yeah.
like, why does this happen? Do you think?
Because some women will hear, I don't want anything serious, but they'll hear, I don't want anything serious right now. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna stick around for X amount of time. Maybe they like hang on to that maybe, like maybe he'll change his mind, maybe he'll want to be with me, maybe everything. And so they hang on to it for months, for years, and just in a situationship when he really said, I don't want anything serious. So if you don't want anything serious, like go on somewhere. Yeah, it's not as easy as just dipping when you're hanging around someone that you like enjoy spending time with, enjoy hanging out with. But if it's ultimately something that you don't want, if he wants a serious relationship and you don't, leave. Or if he doesn't and you do, find a person that does want a serious relationship.
Have you ever done that? You stuck around a guy to change his mind?
Not to, I won't say to change his mind, but I've stuck around someone knowing that it's not going to go anywhere, but I enjoyed like spending time with them, but I was just like, this isn't going to go anywhere, so what am I doing? But I'm like, I don't want to be alone. So it's like it's a tough decision. In the end, it's like you gotta make the decision what's best for you and best for your future. And if you know that this person isn't going to make anything serious with you, it's just like you're wasting your time essentially.
Yeah. And were you like, the point that you're kind of staying around and kind of knew in yourself it's not going to go anywhere, were you still open to dating other people? Were you as open to dating other people if they came your way? Were you kind of like, nah, I'm having fun with this guy, so when this is done, then I'll...
Yeah, that's kind of my mindset. If I'm talking to somebody, if I'm with somebody, it's like that's like my focus, and I don't want to like go outside and look for other people, because I'm like, if I'm giving you my undivided attention, I would want that in return. Yeah.
A lot of people talk in this space about it's very common that a guy will be dating multiple women at the same time, maybe sleeping with multiple women at the same time. Not that girls can't do that, but I feel like girls do that less. Or do you think girls do that in the same way nowadays?
I think nowadays women probably do it more, but not face to face. You got social media, you got Snapchat. True. You can take pictures. I've seen people take pictures and they send them to like 20 people saying the same thing. Close friends on Snapchat on Snapchat and Instagram. You can have bare men in there just send a picture, and they just DMing you. So I think it's just different. Men do it more so in the open. From what I see, women do it more so behind the scenes.
But do you think? But those women aren't sleeping with those 20 guys. Are they? Tell us the scoop. Are they?
So, maybe not all 20.
Right.
If they had like a batch of 20, they have specific needs for specific dudes, and this is something that I've had friends tell me.
Of course.
Then they have someone to pick them up and take them somewhere if they need it. Someone to, oh hey, like I want to go shopping. Someone to take them shopping. Someone to take them to dinner. It's called a steak daddy. Someone to just hang out with that they like kicking it with. I would say the person that they like kicking it with is like higher up. It's like their number one, their main one. But when they want to go like out and splurge, it's just someone that they're hanging out with. Okay. Serious.
So how many of those guys, so let's say a girl has a 5-guy rotation for different needs. How many of those guys would she actually be having sex with?
Maybe like half of them.
Damn. Didn't even realize y'all doing the bits, you know. Y'all doing the bits. I thought it was just guys out here doing the bits. Because I think guys know. I think guys know, like, a girl will date multiple guys at the same time. But I think a lot of guys, we assume she'll only be sleeping with one. So, like, you know, I've had it where I've dated an attractive girl. I'm like, she's going to have loads of guys in her DMs giving her attention. But if I'm the one, if she's sleeping with me, I'm like, okay, I know I'm probably her top choice, right? But apparently that's not the case. Apparently she may be sleeping with multiple guys.
Because you could, so say there's a 5. I'm probably going to get called out for saying all this, but who cares?
Say it. Tell us.
Say you're a woman has a 5-man rotation and you're the main guy. You could piss her off that day and she'd be like, I don't want to talk to you, I don't want to do nothing with you, I don't want to see you, talk to you, nothing. And she calls over her steak daddy and she's like, we go get some food, come back to the house and chill, and then she'll sleep with him because you pissed her off. Or if that person pissed her off, oh, I'm gonna just go to my next dude to see how he's doing, I won't talk to these people for the week.
Damn. Yeah. How bad do you think guys do that? How do you think guys operate if they've got like a rotation? Or do you think they have for like different needs, like different women for different needs, like a girl to go out with, a girl to just for fun, a girl to, I don't know, cook him dinner?
Possibly.
What do you think?
I don't know, because I feel like men have different needs than women, but also I feel like men don't and necessarily need women, if that makes sense. And so I don't know, but I feel like that men would have a woman like arm candy, like, hey, I want to take you to an event, you look good, and I want you to be there with me to make me look good. I could see a man having someone for that and having someone like, just come over and kick it. I'll just like someone that they just keep indoors the whole time, like, oh, we're just gonna kick it and stay inside, we'll cook, hang out, all that stuff. And then someone that they can go, I don't know if they have someone to go travel with and be like, oh, let's go travel here and there, and like, oh yeah. So maybe, possibly.
I think that I think you're right, guys have less needs. So it's not like, oh, this girl's for cooking for me and this girl's for, you know, going out with or whatever. Guys definitely, I have seen that a lot where when I'm going to an event where I'm going to be seen with people, this is the girl I'm taking, right? Because like you said, looks good, makes him look good, whatever. I think guys have, you know, the girl that they're just having fun with, you know. And then depend, if he's one of those guys that does have rotation, there's always like a backup girl for like, if he was meant to have a plan and then that falls through, and then there's one girl who just knows, it's just like, oh, she's so into me that I can just call her.
She's the one I call, like, and she'll come instantly.
It's so true. It's so true. Damn. Why do we do this to ourselves? Why
have you done that?
Huh?
Have you done that?
Have I done that? Maybe in my younger years. When I was less mature. No, I mean, like, but it's weird because I think, so like, because I didn't really start getting attention from women really up until like my adult years. And I was like, oh, this is just how people date. Like, you know, you'd be seeing multiple people and whatever, and someone's really into you. And I think when if I've operated that way, I thought it was mutual. So it was like, oh, we're like each other's backup. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, if she hasn't got anything going on and she's feeling a bit frisky, she'll call me, and vice versa. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
And it sounds bad because ultimately you're kind of saying, oh, like, you're attracted to each other, you like each other enough to stay around, but you're not choosing each other, really. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does make sense.
But I think in my experience, like, if it's done that, it's usually been quite mutual. Do you know? Do you have a guy like that?
No, I don't. I don't have a guy like that.
Funny London boys?
No.
Like that?
No, I haven't. I'm trying to think if I've had.
Come on, you've done that before. Come on, you've had a rotation. Look at you. She's gorgeous.
No, I have not had a rotation. No.
Never. That's, you know what? She won't out herself. I'll tell you later.
No. That's too much having. When I hear like people have rotation, I'm like, how do you keep up with it? I can barely keep up with my own life. Having a guy for this, a guy for that, like, no. Like, if I like being around you, I'm going to hang out with you. I'm going to be around you all the time. But just having no.
Yeah.
No, that's
have you ever met a guy, liked him, started to get to know him, and then maybe one or two of your girlfriends were like, no, and then that just put you off him completely?
No, I try not to like listen to what people say whenever I do like say like, oh, I first of all, I rarely tell people whenever I'm talking to somebody or hanging out with somebody, because I'm just like, I don't want other people's opinions to influence my decision. So I really like sit there and be like, okay, what is it that I like about this person? Do I actually like this person, or is it just a physical thing? Or do I really like hanging out with them, getting to know them, XYZ? And then maybe once I figured out, okay, I actually do like this person, I maybe would say like, oh yeah, I'm hanging out with so-and-so, I'm going to so-and-so's house, and I'll tell my friends, and then whatever they have to say, I'm just like, all right, if it's bad, I'm like, okay, well, you're not in a situation, you're not in a relationship, so I'll take your words with a grain of salt. And if it's some sound advice, then I'll be like, okay, I'll sit on it, listen to it, and be like, okay, maybe they were correct, but I won't completely be like, they said he was ugly, so I'm just gonna,
so I'm out.
It's like, bye. No.
Okay, yeah.
Pow.